do. Rez on the site now in the red. 3 versus 4. 1 minute on the clock. 3 CTs around the A-bomb site. One in connector. Bentec could get another one here. Looking for a rotation. Don't get right far away. Going towards connector. The bomb dropped now by E-Box. They know where Mo was, but do they know where he is? Seems that Rez is positioned accordingly. They've considered Ivy to be compromised. They could get flanked, and they will try to manage that. Electro's out. There's a gap, but Rez is there to trade immediately. So fast. Not afraid to die with 12 HP. Going for the trade, and that puts them in a very strong position. Bentec doesn't go for the bomb. 7 HP, spotted by Get Right, swatted by Get Right, and there's another round for Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Yeah, that was again. It's one of those spots where you have pretty much a best option, and it's fairly predictable from the T sides. That is like what you're doing. And in reality, it just comes down to execution. And tyloo are unable to deal with Rez, and I think Rez did a bit too much damage, and they're playing catch up from that point forwards. And it slowed them down, gave NIP enough warning and good rotations and so on. And back to the pistols, another opportunity for NIP to further increase their economic lead, as well as their round lead. It's cool to see that Forest is, one of the very few players that still keeps the silenced M4. It's not so common. You typically see that M4A4.
Yeah, he's playing his own game. Not concerned about what other people are doing. This is a pedestrian round for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Dennis watching the body hit the floor. As the frag movie goes. Frag movie music goes. There we go, tongue twister.
Drowning pool.
Well then, Dennis is being taken up by DD. I don't know if he was carrying the bomb at the time, but he's taken the bomb towards that main position so he can continue to focus on Ivy with limited risk. Got some baiting going on in the pop dog in the meantime. Rez wondering if they're trying to pull him out of position. And now DD has been eliminated. 3 tyloo players remain with 45 seconds on the clock. Get Right playing in a very far back position on the B bomb site, so there is an opportunity to get the bomb planted here for tyloo. In fact, he's left B. What is the read here from NIP? This is very curious indeed. Xcurate and somebody now heading towards that B bomb site. Get Right still playing it safe, so it seems a bomb plant is not the biggest of concerns. It's about their own economy, Ninjas in Pyjamas, and winning the round safely.
Yeah, I like that on the CT side especially. It gives you so much in the way of security. And control burst there from Get Right, and that will find the last players. All headshots from Get Right. 13-7, and NIP is smooth sailing for them. They are set up incredibly well at this point. Get Right with $12,000. Those previous UMP frags really adding up at this point. Dennis on the AWP, and tyloo, this is their first proper buy with full utility and an AWP. So we could see a very big change of approach. Try to get Xcurate in a position where maybe he can get an early pick off. Again, as James mentioned, there's not going to be a lot of data on how Xcurate plays this map against this top competition in European competition.
Yeah, there might not be if NIP continue to win these rounds. Here we go. DD making it out somewhat, but Rez is not afraid to be very deep in an exposed position. Sees more players moving towards him, but he's not expecting somebody. Pulls out a grenade against that, taken out for free. Bentec charging out Pop Dog, but the trades are here. And this is favouring tyloo, but they lose the duel around connector. Get Right holding on to that as Dennis moves into the IV position. He may have made a step there. Xcurate appears to be looking for him, but Dennis might go up the ladder. Dennis surely has a worse position though. With the AWP, the barrel may expose his position, but down goes Mo. There's a trade for Xcurate, and now Get Right has the information, and Xcurate does not. Oh boy, there we go. That's the round for tyloo. They lose all but one, but they're on the scoreboard in the second half.
And it's scary, isn't it? Because, as you say, James, they lost everyone but one player, and NIP still have a good bank to get a full buy-in. And that's going to be double ups there for NIP and tyloo. If they lose this round and the reset comes in, NIP will be on 14, and it's going to be forced by City for tyloo. There's not really going to be another good buy left for them, so yeah, tyloo have to win this round.
I don't know how much information we get from that previous round in terms of how likely tyloo are to win more consecutive rounds because of what they had to do to win that round, to charge through the smokes and catch Rez off guard with a grenade in his hand, etc. I don't really think you can rely on those every round, so This is still a difficult situation for tyloo to deal with. As you can see now, there's some aggression in the main position. And it seems tyloo are prepared for this. Captain Mo waiting very passively indeed, but at some point you're going to have to deal with this if Rez does not peek further. So what will they do? Get right and Electro in the B-bomb site, Forest moving towards Pop. So there's a lot of map control, a lot of real estate here for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Forest though not staying in the... And Dennis is holding Ivy from the middle of A as well. But these grenades will tell a story.
Yeah, absolutely. Teams often use those to bait out counter grenades before pushing, and takes it as a cue to just check, okay, what's going on? Are they going with this? Is it a fake? What's happening? And he'll end up being fragged. Not much in the way of grenades left for tyloo now, so they have to go with that frag and push onto the A side. Can NIP stop this? They've got 2 orbs to try to do so. Forest, he understands what's going on there, throwing those shots through the smoke. He'll be successful, but the trade's coming in thick and fast here as tyloo reroute themselves down to that B-bomb site. Get right lurking above. He can't do it. That leaves it to Dennis in a 1 versus 3, and they don't have money.
Wow, tyloo all over the place. Ended up on the B-bomb site. So many smoke grenades on A. NIP tried to deal with it. It was a nice peek from Get Right, but tyloo were ready. That was quite something. There was a lot happening in that round. Maybe one to review. As we can see here, the bomb, so that's like a giant fake they offered, and Captain Mo really sold that for them.
Yeah, it's interesting because, first thing you want to look at is how Rez played his position. So Rez holds that forward position, and he hears them throwing all the smokes. So he's thinking, okay, if I delay my peak a little bit here, I'm going to catch them running towards T main, and I can get the frags. But they were expecting that.
It was interesting because when Rez peeked in main and saw the players outside, the bomb was on the floor. I don't know if he saw it or not, but they threw the bomb on the floor. So I don't know if that was deliberate, expecting somebody to hear that in main to be part of the cell, that it's going to be A, or if that was just random. But I thought that was quite interesting. And that has to be unexpected for Ninjas in Pyjamas. It has broken the money, and with 4 rounds only between these 2 players, I think it's like sometimes you can be guilty of underestimating tyloo until they prove you otherwise because of the current strength, the current known strength, if you will, of their map pool. So I'm very interested to see how this one continues. But first, we are in anti-eco territory. The CZ and a PC-50 are the main threats in this round for tyloo to deal with, and somebody once again has gone very fast.
Oh my god.
There it is.
That sound as well.
And the taste, I didn't even see that one. Now somebody's given sound cues away, and he might be flanked by these CTs. But is there cover from main though? Apparently not. Dennis taking him out. Excrement moving through main with the bomb now. And he hasn't got a shot there, but Bentet is there for support. That's one of the 2 players, they know where he is. Forrest taken out. And it's Get Right with an AK-47, but he won't last very long. 2 kills for Ninjas in Pyjamas, including a tase. And tyloo are on double figures.
Yeah, that's looking quite difficult for them. I was just thinking as well, that previous round, again, I don't know if Rez had a smoke or something, but it would have been really interesting after sort of shoulder peeking and seeing they're not rushing it yet, to like drop a smoke after the other team uses all their utility, throwing it to A. They're not pushing that, well, they're not going to be able to push that smoke really, so it's another way to play it also. That's why Counter-Strike's amazing. There's always multiple ways to play any one position. There's never always a good answer. You can never know. Most of the time.
Now it's NIP's turn to have a buy with a UMP. Can they get as much mileage as tyloo did when it was their turn for that situation? Who to boost just to the right. Now they've gone opportunity. That window was very small, but it has been firmly shut and locked. Key's been swallowed by a magician. Captain Mo harassing towards the IB position. Bentet holding main. The bomb is not far away from him, but it is in a position where it can be easily rotated. With tyloo have a big focus on Pop Dog here, so it seems that they're focused on a split of the A site for the time being. 1 minute on the clock.
tyloo making this really difficult for NIP. 3 rounds away. Superior weaponry at this point. Looking to hit that B-bomb site. It's a very slow round from what we've seen so far from tyloo. And in go the nades. And tyloo. Counter grenades will slow them down. IP not rotating just yet though, still just 2 players here. Waiting to make sure this is not a fake, and Necro's got a lot to do, but the insta-trade from Bentet will give the bomb site to tyloo.
Look how somebody moves through immediately towards that old position, has a diagonal angle, so Csgo can be the initial engager, and now they've got to focus on him, and now somebody will come into activation as well. Moving forward though into a very forward position, Forest 1 versus 2, never count him out. We've seen him do disgusting things recently, and he's looking to do the same now. He has a defuse kit, he touches the bomb, the double peek will come in, but Mo will take him out from the low ground. Another execute from tyloo, and that gap continues to get smaller.
Yeah, and the money's just run out so desperately for NIP. Beautiful there from Bentet so fast. Execute the second kill. Look how close that is from him.
Wow.
Getting the frag and then dying. That's incredible. He's so fast. And he shoots before his scope, I think, is like fully recovered as well. So, pretty awesome there from from Execute. And that frag, as we can see, made the difference. And now it's down to pistols for NIP, but this is tyloo. Made it difficult for NIP in a round such as this. Perhaps NIP can do the same. 3 Deagles and a CZ left now. A very fast moving tyloo onto that B bomb site. The rotation may not come. Wow, okay, that's fast from Lecro. Maybe there is an opportunity here. Somebody will cover Captain Mo so he can throw nades.
Yeah, surprised he pulled it out again. But they have got some map control. Mo looking to flank now. Swatting one. Where is Forest? There he is, there he goes. Very brief round from tyloo, and the kills don't matter that much from the tyloo perspective. Just get it over and done with. Onwards and upwards now. How many more executes do they have in the bag, tyloo? That is the question. How deep does the well go? This is getting to crunch time for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They do not want a tied score here. They need to pull away from their opponents again, and tyloo again. We look to see what they have next now. Will we see a different approach from Ninjas in Pyjamas? Will they try to take the game away from tyloo? We saw a previous round where they went into main, they had a look in Pop Dog, didn't find anybody there, but will they press on and try to get a man advantage, or will they just play the normal game? Time will tell.
Tension rising here for NIP. Double snipers will be fun to watch if they can get them going at least, but tyloo, they've created quite a lot of chaos in some of these rounds. It's been fun to witness, and perhaps we'll see something similar to how they played the outside previously. Oh, hello, there's some feet showing there. Lecro can't connect though, that is an opportunity gone. He does get connected onto though.
I can't believe Execute jumped past and then decided to walk into the peak of connector. That was terrifying for him. But Lecro's like, I don't know about this, I'm out. And Lecro's the one who got tagged. What is that? That's not normal.
Yep, that kind of sucks for NIP. Garrett looking to slow things down. Somebody pre-fire this. He does go for it, but can't find Get Right. Doesn't really get much damage onto him either. NIP just trying to do what they can to minimize risk to themselves, but to slow down tyloo, and we'll have nades onto the outside position again. The bomb is in a position where it can go A or B at this point, and there's players to pressure B from tyloo as well.
Have a look at Dennis though. He's starting to move through that IV position to try and find out what's going on. There's a pick from Lecro, spots a second player as well. Those are 2 enormous frags. They haven't seen the bomb just yet, but is there a plan B? Then they're starting to flank the main position as Pop Dog is the play for tyloo, which means that they're probably going to have nowhere really to plant the bomb. The smoke will soon go from the IV position where Forest is, so there's no safe place to plant the bomb for tyloo. All they can do at this point is run to their doom, and they're doing that one by one. Everybody surviving for Ninjas in Pyjamas. That is exactly what they needed, especially this late into the game.
Yeah, this is looking much better now from NIP. tyloo spreading themselves thin there, and perhaps the change of approach will be the call for this round. They have enough for a 4-buy. We might see a return to the explosive outer play. Maybe add a delay to it so you don't go in straight away. Make sure you don't get caught by counter grenades. Maybe throw a couple smokes, force out some CT smokes, and re-execute onto the A site. That could be one of the ways that tyloo might manage this, but we'll see what they decide. So fast presence towards the upper position. Get Right immediately having to drop a smoke at 140. He's going to call for some help. Absolutely, there's a on the way. Lecro's there with the orb, and they are trying to force their way through, James, but it's just not working.
This could be a match loss for them. Dennis, once again, he's getting confident now, moving through this Ivy position. He's taken main away, which is so much information for Ninjas in Pyjamas. With the cross completely neutralized into the A bomb site, they will still have Forest and Rez there. So look at that angle. That is nasty. So they feel like tyloo are prone to trying to repeat the same play, but it seems they might not be deterred from going towards the B bomb site in this situation. Lecro forced away from the smoke, but now he's got a nasty angle in the upper area. GetRight's got an he has an off angle towards default. But tyloo's still waiting things out, which means that Lecro will see more. As you can see, there was a boost there for Xcurate. But Lecro has a smart position. 40 seconds remain. 2 players in the B bomb site. More grenades being deployed. GetRight in such a strong position. He can bait it, and Lecro can cover the cross if he wants to, rather than the upper area. GetRight falling back, and there we go, Lecro. But he misses the shot as well, so the bomb's likely to get planted at this point, but it's still a 3 versus 5.
Easy kill for GetRight, looking to follow it up. That's a nice easy one as well for him. He's quite low, but he's got plenty of teammates coming in now. Benset with too much to do. GetRight finishes off with a quad kill. Headshots for all, and NIP move on to 15. They've had a hard time of it, but they are looking like they are in a very comfortable place. Despite the bomb plant, I don't know if there's going to be much money here in the tank for tyloo. Let's have a look, see how things are, and there we go. So indeed, despite the bomb plant, they're around about $3,000, $3,000 to $3,500 average. It's not great. Great stuff here though from GetRight.
Forest and Lecro on AWPs, Dennis and GetRight on AK-47s. That is not a good look when you have 2 UMPs, 2 Galils on the T side of train. Limited grenades as well, but they have enough smoke grenades for an execute to obscure some vision. Dennis and Forest again comfortable in this IV area, and here he comes with the AK. But tyloo will start passively, and he may get caught with a grenade in his hand as he chooses to fall back. The molly will help him. He'll follow up with a HE grenade as well. That's going to be a meaty one. Xcurate eating every cent of that.
Yeah, it's not a kill, but it goes so far, doesn't it? You know, you take such damage onto the opponents, and yeah, at the cost of just a few grenades. It's a big win there for NIP early on, and we've only got, well, we have 4 smokes on tyloo. And it's going to be difficult for them to get much mileage out of this play towards alley against Forest, because you need nades to do this if you don't have an orb. And oh dear, did he just fail the run boost, or what exactly happened there? That looked awkward. Oh dear, this is not a good start for tyloo in this round.
Mo and Xcurate with the bomb on Ivy, and there's no smoke grenade. Mo deploying a grenade elsewhere, but let's see what Dennis can do in the meantime towards that main position. He hears a less than ideal weapon, and he will take it away. The white peak on DD, but he'll win that duel. In the meantime, Mo and Xcurate moving up through the IV position. DD taken out to the middle of A. 29 seconds. Not really time for a rotation towards B at this point, I don't think. Xcurate boosted up, spotted, but it's Mo carrying the bomb. Where is Mo? That's a question for Ninjas in Pyjamas. With 19 seconds left, and there it is. 16 to 12. Ninjas in Pyjamas take train over tyloo.
Yeah, it was a bumpy road, but they stayed strong, and they did it in the end. And a train net can be a tricky one, especially I think with a team like tyloo. I think it does certainly work to some of their strengths, and it's difficult. It's difficult. tyloo lack experience against some of these teams, and it's always going to be a good learning experience for them. I do feel like we are seeing consistent improvements from tyloo, generally speaking, though. So it's always exciting to get to watch them play.
I enjoyed their executes on the T side. I think they, I mean, I didn't know